So, it's week 3 of self-isolation reviews, and look at this little beauty I've just found in the garage. So I'm sure you've all heard of zebra putters before, but what you might not know, it was actually designed by a guy called Dave Taylor originally, who then sold the rights to Ram in 1979. Now, really these are most famous for kind of the D shape and the fact that they were more of a mallet design, which wasn't really very popular around the time, so it kind of really was a trendsetter in terms of making mallets more popular. Especially we saw people on tour being really successful with them, kind of players like Nick Price. And another big thing they were popular for is alignment. You can see all these lines across the top, and it really was one of the first putters that kind of brought in this new different alignment feature that's just helping you line up better. Now, originally these were all black, so I think this isn't one of the original models, because we can see this addition that was brought in later on, which is to have this white line along the centre line of the putter. So first what I want to do is go in and check, is this actually helping you line up? Like, are these alignment features actually working? So what I've got set up here is just a little laser to help me out with this alignment drill. Now, the reason I do this inside is you can't really see the laser well enough outside. So what I've done is just set that up in the middle of the hole, and then I've got a ball set up down here that you can see is on the end of that laser line. So for me, I always put with a line, so I like to do this test with a line because I think that makes sense. So what I will then do is set up to this ball using the mirror. Okay, so what you want to do is just set up to the ball as normal and try aim your putter like straight down the middle of the hole. Obviously for me this putter's a bit long, so I want to grip down it. So George, could you just take the ball away there? So then you can see on the box there where the laser is, you can see how well you line the ball up. So for me there, that's running straight down the middle of those two boxes, and that's why I've put two boxes there, so the split down the middle is where you want to be aiming and where you want to get that laser to point. So for me, I am actually lining this putter up really well, so it's just showing you those alignment features are really working. Now, aim is quite subjective. It's not necessarily you're good or you're bad. I think you are good or you're bad, but it depends on the putter you're using. So one putter you might aim really well, and that is a great putter for you to use. If you've got a putter in your bag that you can't aim really well, it's probably time to either one, look at changing the alignment features on the top of it if you really like the feeling and the looks and everything else about it, or two, to try a new putter, because if you can't line your putter up well, you're not going to hole any putts. Obviously there are numerous different reasons you can kind of pick a putter or be drawn towards it, but one for me that's really important is kind of the shaft bend and if it's face balanced or not. So for me, I always use a face balanced putter. It's just something that really appeals to me for this model. I think kind of for the time it was probably one of the more newer face model kind of options, which you didn't really necessarily have before, and was probably a reason why it was so popular as well. Overall, the feel, like you would expect the feel to be really bad because of the age of the putter. I would say it probably is a bit duller off the face than some of the putters, but there's still some feel element there, and it still does feel nice to just roll putts. I would say generally I was pretty consistent there. I think definitely it is easy to line, like I just felt like I could roll those putts easily without really having to worry about going over the top with my alignment. But another thing I find really interesting about this putter is this adjustable panel on the bottom, and I think it's just worth taking a look. Something I didn't necessarily realise is this is actually removable. So let's head inside and see what's inside it. You can tell no one's taken these out in a while. This is inside of the putter head, which is, if it wasn't for this contraption, would be very hollow. We've got some sort of foam glued in here. And then this is the panel that we've taken out the back. So this appears to be some sort of foam dampening system, presumably to kind of improve feel. I never would have thought that was inside the back of that putter, to be honest. If we take this dampener off, you can see this kind of big bolt in the bottom of the putter. Now this is raised quite high up, as if there was kind of once something in here behind it. And I wonder if maybe you could put weights in here or something before, because it makes no sense that you have this ability to take the back off if there isn't a reason for it. So I wonder if maybe when we bought this putter there was weights that you could slot in the back here to kind of change how you wanted the putter set up, which if it did was kind of way ahead of its time in terms of weight adjustability, which is becoming much more common nowadays. Okay, so I managed not to break the putter, which is pretty handy because I still need it for the rest of the review. I have to say what's surprising is ordinarily I hate like grey clubs. It really actually doesn't bother me on this putter at all. I think maybe that's something to do with the fact it's kind of multicoloured, different lines, quite a bit different going on, so you're not necessarily just looking at that grey colour, but I think it is interesting how that visual I don't usually like, I find more appealing with that design. And I really am finding that it rolls very consistently. So Dad, why did you buy this putter?
I bought this putter influenced by probably Nick Price winning the British Open up at Turnberry in 1994. I was right there on the 17th as he held a 50-foot putt for an eagle to go on and win the greatest golf championship in the world. So that influenced me to go and buy this putter, and I enjoyed using it as well.
Why is it so long? I don't understand.
I was probably not educated enough to have it cut down to the right size. I probably just bought a standard length off the peg. It's probably why I don't use it anymore.
When it comes to ranking this putter, obviously there's a lot of different things to take into consideration. I really loved the alignment of this and also the shaping and the fact it was face balanced. Then there was other things that necessarily wasn't my favourite, like I think on off-centre strikes it really didn't feel that good, even though the feel was consistent the rest of the time. Obviously the putter was a bit too long for me, and I think personal preference for me, I prefer something with a bit of a softer feel off the face, so for this review, the Zebra putter, I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 rolls. So that's all for this week's self-isolation review. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content coming soon, and head over to our social media pages for even more content from National Club Golfer.